and we'll just try to work our way through the collection a bit more cautiously here, specifically hoping that some of these High Priest Sons of Guns come my way. Maybe, just maybe. Hey, there we go. Beautiful. So that goes much smoother when they don't have a huge slew of enemies between us and them, or I guess friends to them, enemies to us. So that's wonderful. And here I was talking about the idea of not going holy branded yet, because we still have elf to go. Turns out, our elf might be cursed with necromantic magic as far as the eye can see, so it might have actually kind of worked out for us, but not the end of the world regardless. We still have enough firepower to get the job done, plus 8 ring mail. Huh. I do like that. Cold resistance is something we're lacking in. Even more strength, up to 37 strength. A bit overkill, but I think I will grab these, and we'll have to decide, is it worth the loss of willpower? I guess is the kind of other side of the coin there. We gain 9 AC, which is pretty wild. Oh my gosh, turns out I should have maybe held off a second. Okay, no, we ended up being fine. Another armor shop. I was ready to regret all of our decisions, but no such luck. Something about the armor rings false. I don't know what it could possibly be. I personally have always trusted the ring mail of untruth. I mean, why would it possibly have any reason to lie to me, you know? Okay, 9 enchant armor. It's almost a shame that we got some pretty fantastic artifact armor, because we do have an absurd number of enchant armor scrolls at our disposal here. But for the time being, we're not going to be too concerned about making final decisions here. At least until we get out of willpower danger zone. And now that I think about it, our main issue point in Elf is getting banished to the Abyss. I don't know if I'd mind being banished to the Abyss. Kind of on my agenda anyway. It's definitely on my bucket list. Oh, hello, Azul. I almost feel sorry for you to meet me at this stage in my journey. No real issues taking care of that son of a gun. And not too shabby. Let's focus down you. Okay, not quite, but still no real issue. Fantastic. And we'll just keep on keeping on. I'm feeling the hubris levels rise, folks. This is not great. I'm concerned for what the future has in store, as I am just more and more tempted to spam the ever-living crap out of the auto-fight key. I'm betting it's going to bite me in the butt at some point here, but for the briefest of moments, we're looking good, we're feeling good. We'll see how it goes. Banish the Abyss is really just a super slow teleport scroll. Exactly. And at the end of the day, it has the opportunity to let us skip some levels of the Abyss if they banish us and we go down to 3 immediately. That seems like a good trade to me. More than happy to oblige them of that. Okay. And now here we go. Just base willpower rings. Nothing really to sneeze at there, but if we switch into one of those bad boys, it does mean that I feel a little bit more comfortable swapping over our armor, so that could be nice. It's a bit late for Ring of the Hair, but would have liked that early on. I was playing a ranged character off camera a while back now, a Formicid, which got me on that track in the first place, and very early in that run, I had both the Ring of the Hair and a just standard Ring of Evasion, and having both of those available to you exceptionally early game is incredible. It's kind of silly what kind of encounters I found myself safely escaping with my life. But okay, we'll leave the final vault area alone for the moment here. That's those stone walls that we just dropped the exclusion on moments ago. And we'll instead focus down the rest of the floor, make sure it's safe so that if we do have to start panic teleporting, we have some kind of an out here. Level 23. Not too shabby. What's my range skill at? It is at 26, which is min delay for the triple crossbow that we're wielding. What are my odds of hitting you? 71%? It's not great, but if I hit you even a couple times, you're going to be in some dire straits here. Let's actually step up to our archer friend as well. Fantastic. Wait, what happened? Is that the same elf priest, or did I accidentally like miss a shot and went through and murdered someone behind? Oh my gosh, it is a shame we're not playing a caster. A 15 rune caster, this is a dream come true. Oh, that is a real shame, my friends. Far too late to pivot, and I wouldn't really want to, seeing as how we're going pretty smoothly with the range strats here. But man, casters in orange crystal plate, there's nothing quite like it. It's definitely an exceptionally fun archetype to play through. Okay, who else is going to come say hello, though? Look at that. We don't even have to enter into the final vault. Everyone's just going to come and say hello of their own, or hello of their own volition. Ooh, and we get just a better dexterity ring, a bit of slaying added on top. Don't mind if I do. Ring of protection, we're probably fine leaving by the wayside for now. And let's go back to trying to clear the rest of the standard level here. I'm getting pretty close to where we will have to brave the elements. I mean, we did finish off quite a few annihilators. The Blades Master, Master Archer, probably a decent chunk of the way along solving the final Vault of Elf here, if I had to guess. But who knows, we could definitely still be taken for a bit of a ride here. And there we go. Okay, that time we had a bit more of my expected outcome against the Blade Master, just immediately murdering them with a couple shots. That's beautiful. No, if we could please focus there. Auto attack, thank you. And not too shabby. So far, Elf is not too much for us to handle here. I think I will pop around the corner. Put ourselves into slightest bit greater amount of safety here. And not too bad. Oh gosh, that's a lot of equipment coming up in our read here. The Ring of Walkyre. Okay, no, just flying in strength. Nothing really to sneeze at there. We'll probably just kill this summon. Normally we try to just narrow down on the summoner as soon as possible, but fortunately deal enough damage that we can kind of get away with it. Holy. Gain some more Scrolls of Fear as well, or at least one more there is wonderful. Yes, don't need the ring whatsoever. And let's see what else the Final Vault has in store, shall we? Hopefully we've cleared out most of our new friends here. But no promises. Evasion Ring can probably hit the deck at this stage in the run. We're feeling pretty good. Come on, gimme Artifact Rings. Ooh, File Flood's also wonderful, actually. Very happy to take that. Wand of Flame can probably be that there next to go. I guess I haven't really been paying attention to my inventory. There's probably worse garbage that I could toss, hey? Like Amnesia Scrolls, for example. Probably a bit of a better bet. At least I'm not carrying Degeneration. That's usually my standard. Because I'm at this stage in the game and I just have gone completely blind to the Generation Potions and lug them around the dungeon for the entirety of my journey. But okay, so unfortunately we did not retrieve exactly what we were looking for, but we do have some pretty interesting options for the future here. Get some untruths going with the ring mail, seems pretty fantastic. Not too bad. You say your RC to not auto pick up Amnesia? Probably would be fairly valid on my end too. I guess the one kind of caveat to that is just how many casters I play. Which, I mean, there's no need to carry them around. Generally, you're in a pretty safe moment when you're forgetting and rememorizing your slots. but for convenience sake, it's sometimes nice to still have those bad boys around. That probably is definitely makes a lot of sense. But okie dokie. Where do we wish to go next? Is it time for the Abyss? Is that what we're feeling? Can do another quick peek at our shops here, because I think I will head up to our ring shop, buy a ring of willpower, just in case we do decide to go that direction. Fairy dragon scales, I think I can drop for now. Let's even see if this is valid. If I throw these on, I'm still attacking once per turn, which is, I think max on you, right? Yeah, it is. Min delay. So that's pretty lovely. And then I just swap over. Ooh, I do lose this nice slay ring we had going for us here. And only 2 pips of willpower is not ideal by any stretch. But better standard resistances at least. So that's tempting. In fact, that could mean Ring of Ice goes, and do I just get a second one of these? And I can always swap to both those bad boys if willpower is truly the defining issue at hand. Well, regardless, let's start thinking about the Abyss here, seeing as how I do believe this is where we'll be going for our 3rd rune. It's probably where we're best suited to take care of, especially if I do take on the branding now. I guess, flip side of that, do I go to Slime first? Well, I still have my Vorpal triple crossbow. Slime is going to be scary. Yeah, even on casters, you can only use a few at most, even that, and usually if you're nearby, depends on if you care about turn count, you guess. Yeah, or if you're just lazy like me, but definitely fair enough. Your general rule, Railbird, is that if that can't help save you in a one-shot death scenario, then it goes into the stash when you need more inventory space. I need to, yeah, get a rule like that going so that my inventory management isn't quite as abysmal as it usually is here. Oh gosh, decisions though. Slime, Abyss, it's all up in the air. It's all feeling kind of nebulous. Let's at least take a peek into Slime. We have our preservation effect on our artifact cloak here, which is lovely. We have tons of piety too, so we could always go full tete-le-tete army versus army against the Royal Jelly, which is always kind of a fun idea, even though it doesn't oftentimes work out quite so well in practice. Let's definitely work out all of the corrosion here. Try to play it slightly safe in that regard. Fantastic. And always love to see the downstairs nearby. Beautiful. Continuing the trend. Ooh. You know what? We're going to stand our ground with the mark trap here, and hopefully that's not too much of an issue. You know what? Get blast in here real quick. Fantastic. How many cancellations do I have? I have 5 cancellation potions, so that would get rid of the marked and the corrosion effect that we're currently struggling with here. Ideally, though, I would like to not require the use of it. In fact, there we go. The mark is gone, so I can head back upstairs without attracting too much of this next floor. And no real problems at the end of the day there. Very fortunately. Oh, that alarm trap is gonna be a problem. Well, let's just bite the bullet here. It's gonna happen. We already got the alarm trap on this floor, so we know that it doesn't get much worse there. Oh wow, there's even a shining eye there. Again, it's kind of nice when you're so fortunate that you're not even noticing most of the enemies coming your way. You're just kind of blitzing through without a care in the world. It's a good problem to have, at the very least. You try butterfly and immolation combat on TRG, except TSO dislikes it. Yeah, that's definitely a one-way trip to the Halls of Penance. But I think we should be relatively fine regardless. Ooh, look at that. More alarm traps. Okay, rock slime though, able to take care of. That's a nice little litmus test and good indicator of what's to come here. Let's wait out 100 turns. Let this buddy split a bit in their own time. Fantastic. And there we go. We've at least cleared our way down. Can quickly take advantage of checking out this stairwell. And I guess maybe what we'll do, actually, since I'm feeling relatively comfortable, I think we'll find some of our other downstairs so that we have as many escape paths open to us once the fireworks start to go off in Slime 5 here. There we go. There's our final way down as well. Fantastic. But more often than not lately, I've found myself accidentally waking up the royal jelly a little bit earlier than planned. So I'm going to try to head that issue off at the pass this time for once in my gosh darn life. And maybe try to prepare the battlefield, as it were. At least as much as we safely can. Otherwise, though, it's the same old routine. Drop in all my exclusions. And yeah, I guess I'm just going for it. I have Phantom Mirror, I have Angel Friends, I have absurd amounts of damage in my own right. I think we're in good enough shape here to start the dance. We'll have to see if we live to regret that confidence. Okay, fortunately the shining eyes are going down quickly because I very much want to keep my current mutations as long as I possibly can. Oh. Hey, Royal Jelly. Like I said, always waking you up these days, which makes sense. I mean, we're slapping around the slimes, which creates a pretty huge amount of noise in its own right, but still always find it slightly surprising when it happens quite so early, just compared to previous experiences where it definitely hasn't felt quite so dire. But I'm gonna be firing in here, just try to take out the royal jelly as quickly as possible, especially since as long as we kill you, my friend. I mean, it's tempting to just keep fighting, but I think what we'll do is play the safe strat here. We read teleport, and we let that take us somewhere slightly safer here to start out. Where did that Quicksilver slime go? Excuse me? And then we can drop the exclusions and we can explore the rest of the floor here. Hopefully that pack will have split up a little bit in the intervening time here, and that makes them slightly more comfortable to deal with, because otherwise, definitely not too shabby whatsoever. Took care of the royal jelly without too much of a concern. Starlight Cloak. This is just a fun cloak. I don't think we'll use it. I don't know. How good is the dazzle effect? It's definitely fun. And we have a slightly evasive build going on. I guess we'd miss out on resist corrosion and dex +4. It's not a bad trade, by and large. Huh. At least food for thought. I also see another requirement scroll. So that is just beautiful. Let's check out what we have in store, shall we? +3 Gauntlets of War. Okay, if I must. Let's pick up those bad boys. Slain +5. Holy moly. I mean, it's almost a shame because I was happy with how absurd our stats were looking, but I mean, that seems pretty silly to even joke about complaining. Finding the rings or the gauntlets of war on this style of character, that's beautiful. And I think we will swap into the Cloak of Starlight. Like GrHu passive. I'm also not too well versed in GrHu, so unfortunately I'm still a bit on the ignorance side there, but is it comparable to Gozag's passive, like Gold Distraction? Better, worse, the same? Maybe, just maybe. But let's try to kill things. Maybe I should chill out a little bit here. Hubris just keeps rising infinitely here. Chance to blind when they hit. Also, yeah, like Gozag too. If it's the full passive, it's much better. Interesting. You have no idea, but chance to do something when attacked. Right? And I like exploring new things for sure. It's less strong than the Rune Gozak passive, but still helps. Only sometimes affects enemies that attack me in melee. Okay, so melee only. So I guess what is 4 dexterity worth in this economy, you know? We already have absurd damage. Like, I'm pretty happy actually, probably with my 30 dex. Let's try it out. We'll give it a shot here and see how we're feeling. And now, I think for real it's time to go to the Abyss. Is there anywhere else that I'd potentially want to deal with before rebranding? I guess we could try Vaults 5. It's definitely nice to have the Vorpal. For the wiki, when you dodge an attack, 20% chance the attacker is blinded for a few turns. Oh, okay, so you have to dodge an attack. I mean, we have alright evasion. I can see that working out for us. Also, I'm going to set a cap on fighting to 25.9. I kind of want to continue being the crack shot here. Let's keep ranged weapons as our top skill for the time being. And sure, let's go with some more dodging. I mean, let's go with some more armor while we're at it. We have the manual, so that will go pretty dang quickly. That leaves us in a good spot. But okay, the Cane Toad did give me an opportunity to rethink here. Do I try Vaults first? I have tons of piety that can go to use either way. I guess Abyss is likely to give us a bunch of piety, so maybe I do go Vaults first. See how the Vorpal goes. You thought it didn't impact ranged enemies, but not sure. Tend to go AC and shielding rather than evasion, so you haven't gotten too many blinds from it. Just preaching to the choir here, I agree. I'm not a huge fan of evasion. I mean, we kind of just have it by default here, seeing as how our damage source fits nicely with it, but hopefully it's not something we have to fully rely on at any point. And then Vaults becomes a bit of an interesting situation for us here. The last time I did Vaults on a ranged character, Vaults 5 specifically, I should specify, I did end up holding my own in the center and kind of doing it classic style, but part of that was that I had the Stormbow. It's because with a penetrative shot, you can kind of kill the Vault Wardens as they come up, so you're never fully locked in, and you can still escape up the stairwell when things start to go poorly. Don't necessarily have the same liberty on our character here today. Have pretty good AC for sure, as a different kind of offset. So maybe we want to do the other usual strat that a lot of people do on ranged characters and melee characters, which is pre-jacking a teleportation and hoping you land somewhere on the outside. There's a penetration Arbalest and Slime. Ooh, interesting. Thanks, Rubbery and Will, for the reminder. I mean, should I? +7 is actually a pretty sweet ego on it as well. Let's do it. Let's pick it up. We can maybe check out staying in the center. Let's just keep in mind that we want to bail early. If things start to go poorly, bail early. And we'll try this out though. Amnesia Scrolls for the 3rd time this game can hit the deck. Starting to see more and more why many people turn that off. Auto pick up the RC file. That's fine. You'd keep it if only to hit Smiters and Tormentors. It's probably a good idea for sure. And in fact, let's set that. Ooh, no, you know what? Let's set it to B and set our main squeeze here to A. And that gives us a nice hot swap with the apostrophe key. Very handy. Not too bad. Staying in the center. I think we just might give it a shot here. I mean, at least on this character I have haste. Because I managed to hold my own in the center on Formicid without haste. We don't have great willpower, I guess. I need to keep that in mind. If Paralyze comes down the pipeline, things could get pretty nasty pretty quickly. No time like the present. I mean, hopefully I can kill these buddies fast enough. We could be checking brands, I guess, but I don't really hate the idea of distortion in the first place. Another question is, do I want to just start bringing in allies earlier? Let's do so now. Ah, there you are, you son of a gun. Just start blasting. If we can take out the Convoker while we're at it, that's definitely a wonderful side bonus. Ooh, now my friends are kind of in the way of continuing this plan. Specifically taking care of the next warden here. So I'm risking it slightly by sticking around. I mean, so far, we're managing to do all right by ourselves here. Gonna kill the Quicksilver Dragon before they get too close here, if possible. Fantastic. Enemies are getting blinded around us. I almost want to keep this like shield of Vault Guards. It's almost in the vein of what Rubbery was mentioning, the counterpoint that enemies will block anything that checks will. If I'm surrounded by a bunch of stumbling blind sons of guns, do I care? Is that really a disadvantage at all? Seems kind of nice at the end of the day here. Why not use cleansing? I'm saving it for when things start to take a bit of a turn here. I'm feeling pretty solid for the moment here. I probably will start cleansing relatively soon, if just because we have more PD than we know what to do with. You know, barring the point we were just making a moment ago about kind of using them as human body shields. Might be nice to keep them in check for that specifically. Ooh, should definitely Divine Shield. Now that's just a great point. And here we go. We're starting to take some heavier damage here. So let's just blast a couple times, shall we? And see how we're feeling. Should be able to kill off most of you pretty dang quickly. And then I probably will just head upstairs. Let's play it safe. Let's head up. Gives us an opportunity to quickly rest on our laurels, heal up. We will no longer have haste, but that might just be fine. In fact, we can kind of cheese our way through here temporarily. Okay, let's get rid of the Constrictor here as soon as we possibly can. Fantastic. The rest of you aren't too bad. We'll do a bit of stair dancing. Again, it's not always my favorite maneuver to take, but Vaults 5 can definitely go from looking fantastic to terrifying in a very short span of time. So just keeping that in mind here, playing it slightly safer than we otherwise might, feels like a pretty solid plan at the moment. And not too shabby. Let's take care of you before you send any damnation my way. I guess it's not so much of a concern when we're in pleasant company of other friends of yours, but still not too bad. Okay, so that went way smoother than expected. Holy moly. Not that I'm complaining, but I've definitely had rougher goes at it on ranged characters in the past, and that was just beautiful.